Yeah, that works. Greetings, film fans. You're all very welcome to the Big Reviewski with Omniplex Cinemas and my Omnipass. I'm Eoghan Doherty, so I am. And this week I just want to get straight in there and just say a massive congratulations to the 3 people who have managed to join me. You've all survived January, so congratulations, Justine, Stafford.
It's not over yet.
Well, it's not over yet.
It's not over yet.
Is it not?
No, it's the
29th today.
We're never going to make it to the end of this
it's-
month.
32 days in this month. They've added an extra day. Did you not get the notice?
Oh, no. 80 days has
We just
January.
ruined your link.
that old
Sweet.
poem. Well, congratulations to Justine and Paul and Rory.
For being alive.
Completely
Making
unwarranted.
it this far.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
we deserve reward for surviving the first 7 weeks of January so far.
True.
Yeah.
So just 2 more to go.
And the fact that the world has been struck down by the coronavirus, but you've all survived that as well.
That monkey from Outbreak and you
Yeah, I
again getting
know.
back together.
Love that monkey, Marcel. How is everybody?
Good.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Comparatively good.
Yeah.
To what?
You.
Last
Yeah.
week.
And this week.
And this week. Okay, Paul, how's things
Ask
with
me
you?
when the 4th week of January is over, the one we have to get through next.
Okay.
We've got
no
4
bother.
more weeks in January.
I'll come back to you.
Could be 5.
If you would like to get in touch with us to either congratulate us or wish us condolences for making it or not making it through January, you can tweet us at Big Reviewski, or you can get in touch on Instagram or on... We used to give...
The phone lines were
Call
hopping
in.
last week, yeah.
Call in.
We're doing
this
that.
is live.
We're doing that.
Yeah.
The Big Reviewski live streaming to your phone right now, this very second. So do get in touch. Now, though, it's time for the Big Reviewski.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, no,
It
he
sure
started.
is.
Yeah, I know.
think I'm
It's
sick.
been a
It's
long
time.
Yeah.
month.
I'm dying.
It's
I'm
more
very
time
long.
for reviews.
It's now it's time
a question.
for the Big
There you
Reviewski,
go.
and it's time for the big question on the Big Reviewski. And for this week's big question
How about you stop
On
talking
what show?
now?
on the Big
Yeah.
Reviewski,
Got it.
it's over to Justin.
Yeah, how about you take a
Might
take
have
a break
touch
the
of the
next time.
corona there. do you?
Yeah, I think so. I only had a few balls.
Yes, so this week the big question is tied into Rory reviewing The Lighthouse.
Okay.
So
Oh,
not a
okay.
physical lighthouse,
movie,
which
Lighthouse.
would be a great, or the cinema. But,
Favourite lighthouses in film.
So starring
niche,
Robert
but it's
Pattinson. He's an actor who I used to always associate with the tween kind of genre film. So tied in with that, this week's question is, what actor or actress really blew you away in a performance that wasn't in the genre they were kind of always stereotypically known?
So completely unexpected, kind
Unexpected,
of
out
like
of
180.
nowhere. Yeah,
Okay, gotcha. So, our bats, are we a fan of him anyway?
big fan.
Yeah, well,
Big
obviously you're
Yeah.
yeah.
It took me till I saw a good time to get it, and then I thought, okay, there's something here.
Okay,
Took me a while.
Roy.
He'll be a very good Batman, I think.
He will be, won't he? He better be.
Well, yeah.
If you're watching
Robert Pattinson, right?
Yeah, that works. Who did you go for?
I never
Justine?
thought I would see the day, but I have to
What?
have to X you for
You're
this,
serious?
Justine.
That could be one of the earliest X's we've got in
That's
this show.
it's
Not at all.
almost
Pretty
every single
quickly.
one has been.
Oh, God.
Redeem yourself.
Has been on-
Redeem yourself.
No. So this has been a movie I've mentioned a lot in the last few episodes.
Supersonic.
If only. So the film I went for and the performer is Magic Mike, and it's Channing Tatum.
Oh, amazing.
Yes. So
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yep. You have mentioned it a lot. I just remember
I have,
it
yeah.
has come up. This and Hustlers have come up a lot.
Yes, exactly. And it's kind of similar to how Hustlers just surprised me with JLo's performance. Exact same thing happened with Channing Tatum here, because like the only thing I'd really known him before this was in pretty bad tween movies,
Step
like
Up.
She's the Man, Step
Coach
Up.
Carter, Step Up, yeah.
Just a lot of cringe, and I did not want to go see this in the cinema. And my friend, my friend was
Are you
very
blind?
eager. It's more into the film and the story. So my friend really wanted to go because she has eyes, and we went, and I was really shocked because I was expecting it to be like Step Up all over again and
Yeah.
him just dancing, but like. One, the level of dance moves he gives off here is incredible, and it was just such a serious performance from him that
Yeah.
really made me realise, oh my God, this guy can actually act. And in the same year, that was
Great, you noticed that like during the rest of the film.
no,
yeah.
like I had to watch it like 3
believe
times.
he's
Yeah. I mean, my friend came out and like, what are you talking about? Like, did you not see? He had no clothes. But that was the same year. It was in 2012, and he did Jump Street the same year. But it led him on to then, in 2014, he did Foxcatcher, which just proved, I was like, this man is a really serious actor. So, yeah, that was the film for me that I just never took him seriously before that. And I mean, he has had kind of a bit of a. He's had a bit of a.
He's been quiet. What's he done recently?
Ooh,
There was another Step Up. Has there been? There's
another
been Jump Street, which was the same year as Foxcatcher.
Yeah.
I was like, how could you get so right and so wrong? You know, that was desperate.
Hail Caesar was a few years ago.
Yeah,
There was
he
one
good
with
enough.
Will
Yeah.
Ferrell.
Did he do one of the G.I.
Was that-
Joes as
or was
well?
that John Cena?
He's done two
Yeah,
of
he
those.
was
Yeah.
in This Is the End for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was gas with Danny McBride and the Gimp, yeah.
He is.
I can't remember the last.
Was it Will Ferrell?
He
did
starred in
like
a haiku last week.
Yeah, that's true.
As well, of course, his most recent performance.
He
His best
Congratulations,
blew me away.
Channing
That was
Tatum.
probably his
so
best
wait,
work.
whenever you got
IMDb.
that one right, do you just write Magic Mike every single week? Anyway,
It
regardless.
was on the sheet,
It was
regardless.
on the
She
sheet.
hasn't been
Okay.
wrong yet. you
That's
know?
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
When in doubt, always go for Magic Mike.
Yeah, so Channing Tatum, Magic Mike, which a lot of it was based on his own story, kind of growing up
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But,
do it, you know,
Alex Pettyfer was the other actor in it who
the kid.
really, the kid who just didn't really, in comparison, it made me even could like value Channing even more because I was like, this guy is so much better.
I value you and your beautiful body.
Yeah, now I don't approve of him with Jessie J. No, your friend. Don't like
Well,
that.
apparently
at
that's
all.
over now.
It would want to
So-
be
But he
because
But he does
Don't
sign
like
off in the greatest emails of all time. Remember his emails to Sony were like leaked and he was like, and he just had everything in exclamation marks, like, yeah.
Like super happy all
Exactly,
the time.
yeah.
Well, if you were Channing Tatum, you'd be relatively
not
happy.
a lot
I
to be
think
happy
this
about.
dance scene will prove why he.
Oh, we've
should
got-
be
we've
happy.
actually got a clip of the
I've
dance scene
got
here.
like it was.
Brace yourself.
If there are
Yeah.
small children watching, please sit them
Keep
closer to the
watching.
TV so they can see it properly. Have a look. Don't do that.
It's bad for your eyes.
That is hot and steamy. Do you know the bit when he's like spinning around and around and around?
Kylie
Like, how does
Minogue
he-
style.
Yeah, but how does he even
Continue walking. in a
Yeah.
straight
continue
line
moving in a
afterwards,
straight line after that?
Abs are aerodynamic. They give him.
Is that what it
yeah.
is?
It's like a gyrosphere. He
Yeah.
just walks forward. It's fine.
I think we need a film of him and JLo. Oh God.
I mean, I'd watch it. I'd definitely
Could
watch
we?
it.
Hustler Mike.
Yeah.
Hustler Mike, yeah.
There we
Make
go.
it happen, definitely. Rory,
Yeah,
you got?
I'm afraid mine is
Not
significantly
sexy.
for this week and this week only. Mine is the unsexy one.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
There's got to be a link here.
I don't think there is. I went with Albert Brooks, the incredibly sexy Albert Brooks
Oh yeah.
in Drive. And everyone probably knows him best from being either Nemo's dad
Yes.
or Hank Scorpio
Yes.
or Jacques, the guy who tries to seduce Marge in that one episode.
Oh
teaches
my
her
Do
bowling.
that voice as well.
God.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
So he's mostly just known for like doing funny voices in comedies or
Jerks.
being kind of like a slight jerk in like rom-coms or dramas, but in this he was absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
Do you remember what he did to poor Bryan Cranston?
Yes.
That was horrible. That was the bit that stands out more than the head bit in the elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like I think it's his opening line where he's like he has his hand out to shake Gosling's hand. He's like, my hand.
Have you seen my son?
No.
No.
His hand. He's like, my hands are dirty. He's like, yeah, mine too. It was like, oh. Yeah, it's just a fantastic performance from someone who is just normally just a kind of
nice guy.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
funny comedy guy.
Let's get
There's
a
no
look at
clip.
Albert Brooks
There's no clip.
in Drive.
You do this every week.
Have a look.
There he is. He's right there.
I can't move this image. It's still.
Is
It's literally there.
the clip the bit that you just mentioned?
No, because we told you
Have a
before
look.
you
Roll
did
the
that.
clip. It's not happening. It's a good choice, though. Paul, what did you go for?
You should go to a
The same,
doctor's.
the same one.
same one.
Yeah, play the clip.
the exact same still.
I went for a film that's been mentioned already. I went for Foxcatcher, but I went for a
right.
completely different performance, which is Steve Carrell, who I would have known first off as a reporter on The Daily Show, Jon Stewart, and then he would have done Bruce Almighty, Evan Almighty, and just sort of, and then The Office, of course.
Hang on.
Yeah.
The Daily
Anchorman.
Show is a reporter.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
one of the roaming reporters.
Bruce Almighty's a reporter.
Yeah.
Anchorman is a reporter.
There
Yeah.
you go.
The heck?
A Foxcatcher.
He's
We're reporting on it
He's
now.
a reporting wrestling coach.
Live.
But no, I remember because I thought like I had him earmarked for that kind of goofy comedic persona, but then I saw this true story and it just blew me away. Not only like physically, but Foxcatcher I think kind of split people because it's not a very showy drama. It's all about subtle looks and nods and silences and just uncomfortable tension. It's based on a true story where Carrell is John DuPont, who kind of creates a school of wrestling. He brings in Mark Schultz, Channing Tatum, who Justine said was great in the film, and he is great, and Mark Ruffalo's in it too. And he's sort of, he has failed ambition to be a wrestler himself, Carrell, but he's living through Tatum and he's kind of grooming him, and it's never overtly mentioned, but there's a creepy, ominous tension between them. There's a lot of back and forth in real life in terms of was he trying to take advantage of him in a different way, and it's a very intense psychological drama. But in this scene, it's just one of the most awkward conversations. He stands up in the room of the wrestlers he's teaching, and his mother's there, and she knows exactly what he's like, and it's so weird, the vibe in the room. But Carrell just plays that character, just gets under your skin. You know, like if you see a film 20 minutes after or an hour, he's still on your skin. You just feel like you need a steel Brillo pad to scrub him off. But I think it's a really important film for him because since then he's gone on to do the likes of Vice and he's done Big Short. And I think for most comedians, they need that dramatic role to just break free of what people see them in. And for me, I thought he was absolutely brilliant in this. And here he is, creeping up everybody in Foxcatcher.
In the picture.
There you go.
I want you to be champions in sport and winners in life. And also to be good citizens for America.
Just crazy rich person with loads of money. That's it. And get to do whatever they want, essentially.
And drugging young people up and getting them addicted to coke.
That's great.
To take
Absolutely.
I
advantage
remember
of them.
going to see that in the cinema, and there was people going, be like,
Channing Tatum was in it.
exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, Steve Carrell, Channing, it'll be a comedy, it'll be great. Halfway through, 5 people got up and left. I was like, lads, you have no idea. They were completely. They were like, this is not the film I thought it would be. And it really was not.
It's not like it's based on real life event or anything
Yeah,
like that. You
yeah.
know? They couldn't have done any research going into that film.
Yeah. You forget, like Mark Ruffalo's in it as well,
great.
of course. Aye, super. No, great shout. Not dissimilar to both of you going comedy to drama. I went for a guy who, and we've mentioned this run before in '94. He had 3 absolutely amazing comedies come out pretty much around the same time, and he just took the world by storm. And it was Jim Carrey in Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber, which is unreal. And then after that, got this reputation for being completely wacky and hilarious. And then he was cast in
Cable Guy.
Cable Guy was in there,
Assumptions.
Liar Liar. Well, that actually came later. The first one where he kind of went into that more serious role was The Truman Show in 1998, which is just a brilliant film. And he's super in it because, of course, there's a lot of funny moments in it, but he's playing the straight man in this really exaggerated world and just reacting to it and like slowly, like, am I losing my mind, basically? And at the time, I was kind of looking back and reading up on this reaction to him because everybody knew him just for being very, very funny. And everyone was just blown away by the fact, like, oh, he can act properly. So really short clip here. It's his most iconic line, or one of them from the movie. This is his little greeting to the family next door.
Good morning.
Morning. Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
So Jim Carrey is Truman Burbank. He, as you said, Eternal Sunshine, number 23.
Man on the Moon.
Man on the Moon. He did more kind of serious ones with hints of comedy in there as well. But no, Truman Show, because it both holds up like as a film. I think Ed Harris was nominated for an Oscar as well. His performance as Christoph. There's just so many. It's so rewatchable as well.
So relatable
Yeah.
in today's society.
Well, what happened was when I was looking up about the film, since the movie came out, a psychiatrist in the States has come across a whole bunch of people who believe that their life
God.
is a reality TV show, and they've actually called that the Truman Show syndrome. Yeah, but Andrew Niccol, who's the writer of the movie. Whenever he was told about this, he was like, well, I guess, you've made it when you've got a disease named after you. So that's brilliant. So he's delighted.
The Coronas are...
yeah, the Coronas, Danny from the Coronas.
So prefer diseases.
But they said, like, one of the guys thought his life was a reality TV show. He climbed up to the top of the Statue of Liberty because he believed he was going to meet his long-lost girlfriend there, and that it was going to be revealed to him that everybody had been watching his life up until this point. It's like, no! No, that's not the case. But, so Jim Carrey in The Truman Show.
Yeah, like it's just like one shade away. They've done it slightly differently. It absolutely could have been a horror film.
100%.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have watched it if it was. So,
So here we are.
I guess I never would have seen The Truman Show.
I was only thinking when you said
Silver
that
lining.
Stockholm syndrome. Would you say, Rory, you've showgirlitis? If that's your disease for your life, for a while, just take it over.
That is
consuming it?
like it's so close to your own life.
Yeah, I don't want to make a joke about that.
It's a real thing.
It hurts
It's
too much.
two
It hurts
parts of the
too
bone.
much.
I know what I said.
Yeah, I know. I know you know. I know you know. Now it's time for the big trailer on the Big Reviewski. And for this week's big trailer, it's Rory Cashin.
Yeah, we've doubled down on Channing.
Yes.
So we're about to double down on Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Okay.
For his new political comedy, Irresistible, which is written and directed by Jon Stewart, who he was in the Daily Show.
There you go.
Everything's
Bring it
connected.
Bring it all
Everything's
back.
Circle of life.
Everything's just
We're
like
getting stung for
coming
copyright.
together.
yeah.
So yeah, before I get too deep into it, here is a clip from the trailer.
We need some way to road test a more rural-friendly message.
If you can't live your principles in the bad times, I guess they aren't principles, they're just hobbies. Nice.
John Wayne and a tractor have a baby, and all you can say is nice. Really nice.
Oh my God, it's so nice.
Colonel Jack Hastings is our key back into the great now swing state of Wisconsin. He just doesn't know it yet. Can I be completely honest with you? No bull.
Be nice. My daughter's here.
That was your daughter with her arm up the cow.
So yeah, it's a political comedy coming out in America in May. Hasn't got a confirmed release date over here yet, but it does seem like a very important year to put a comedy out about American politics. Steve Carell is trying to get Chris Cooper, who's a local farmer and former soldier, to run for election in a particular district that will help the Democrats there. And Byrne shows up as the Republican, trying to get the locals to vote the other way, or not at all. It's also got friend of the show, Mackenzie Davis from Terminator.
Of course.
And Topher Grace is in there, there's a few others. But really, it's like, because, what's his name? Jon Stewart, he's written and directed one other film, which I've never got the name of, but it was a Southern American political drama that had like Gael Garcia Bernal in it, based on a true story. And Jon Stewart is one of the funniest people around when it comes to the topic of politics.
Yeah.
So that seemed like Rosewater, it was called. Thank you, Byrne. So that seemed like a missed opportunity. So it does seem like this is a much, much, much better fit for him. And the trailer does seem to go back and forth between kind of high IQ politics comedy and also scenes with people with their hands up cows' bums. So
Always
it's got
funny.
it all.
Yeah.
It's got all the lols that you want.
Taking all my boxes.
It's a strange name. I'm really intrigued by that.
Irresistible?
Yeah. For what it is.
It's going to come out. It's going to mean something, obviously.
Yeah,
in
it's
relation
something
to
that
it.
won't make sense until they see that. Like someone will say something like, "That's what we need. We need this kind of irresistible mayor or whatever."
Getting the
That's
title
class.
of the
It's
movie
like-
in there.
It's like
Jon
what's in it?
Stewart's here, like, yeah, pretty much.
And he hosted the Oscars once, remember?
He did. No, a big fan of Jon Stewart, and the trailer's funny. There are funny moments. I really like the bit. Obviously, whenever they're doing those news reports and people are speaking from location, and in reality they are all beside each other, but they're obviously, it appears they're in different places slightly on screen, and Steve Carell just walks in.
Gets mad. Yeah.
Rose Byrne and confronts her, and Rose Byrne looks amazing in it as well.
She looks like
as
she's
a
having a
Republican
ball.
bad guy. Yeah, because obviously Jon Stewart's a massive Democrat anyway, so you feel it's going to be skewed pro-Democrat and anti-Republican, which, sweet, happy days.
I mean,
so when's it out?
it's out in America at the end of May,
Okay.
and their election is November.
November, yeah.
I don't know when we're getting it, but I really wish it had come out sometime this week.
I wish I saw it right now.
Yeah, I wish the Irish people had seen it this week, just to be like, oh, politics rights.
Gotcha.
Got it.
Timely.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Happy days. Okay, looking forward to that. So Irresistible out at some point in some place.
If you're
whenever
if you're in
the cinema.
America,
If you're in America,
for your
yeah,
holidays
of
this
course.
summer, go see it there. Otherwise, wait a little bit and you'll see it here.
You'll find out when it's out. Okay, now it's time for the big interview on the Big Reviewski, and we have a brand new release this week, which is Queen and Slim. Really interesting looking film. Again, another one with a brilliant trailer, but it does star Daniel Kaluuya, who is a very, very cool actor, very talented actor, from England originally.
Yes.
Yeah. But has played a lot of American parts as well. He's popped up in Black Mirror. He's also been in Black Panther and anything else.
Get Out.
Get Out
For
as
his
well.
Oscar nomination.
Of course.
Sicario.
Yeah. Was he in Sicario?
He's Emily Blunt's best mate.
So he is. That's
Yeah.
right. So he's actually been
Widows.
on the scene
Remember
for a while,
Widows?
and Widows as well.
Very good Widows.
So great actor. So were you had a chance to chat to him about Queen and Slim and a whole other bunch of other stuff as well?
I sure did. So, okay, so he plays the lead in Queen and Slim. He's Slim, I guess. And offered to go over and talk to him. So I was sitting waiting to go into the interview room. And he was in an interview right before I was going in with his co-star. Ooh, got it written down. Jodie something. Turner Smith.
And she's brand new, first time.
Yes, she's
movie for her?
previously a model, also British as well. So he's in there doing the interview, and then out of nowhere, just stood right beside me was Joshua Jackson
What?
from
Pacey?
from
Dawson's Creek? What? Unbelievable. And Mighty Ducks.
And I just
Jerry
looked up
Conway.
and looked, and I was like, and I just quickly took my phone out. It turns out he is dating Jodie Turner-Smith.
Oh, right, okay.
And he's like, he had a fruit salad. He's like, can you give that to Jodie?
to you?
No, to the assistant lady.
Hello, random man.
Can you give this to Jodie when she comes out? And they were like, oh, she's going to be out now. And Jodie came out and
They snogged.
no, she was stunning, but like 8 months pregnant,
Right, okay.
super pregnant. And then they went off, and then Daniel was like, "Oh, time for break," and they were like, "Oh no, you've got one more."
One more.
It's just,
This guy.
It's this guy here, and I was like, "Sorry." And he's like, "Yeah, that's fine." So he's like, "I just have to run to the bathroom." So I went in and came out.
This all go, hey. This
And
is great.
the assistant came out, and she was like, "So you've got 7 minutes."
Okay.
I was like, "Great." It's like, "We'll knock on the door and we'll throw our head in when you've 1 minute left." Grant went in. He came in, started chatting. 22 minutes later, no one had knocked. They'd forgotten we were in there. So we had a very long...
Should have had lunch together.
I know.
I should have. Very long, in-depth conversation.
He probably was ended up interviewing you.
It was more of a conversation than an interview. So the whole thing will be up as a bonus feature pretty soon. But the first, right after the clip for Queen and Slim, the first bit you'll hear us talking about is how both he and Jodie are two British actors starring in a film that feels particularly American.
Okay.
Because it's to do with racism, police brutality, and traveling across America and how black people are treated differently depending on where they are there. And did that affect the casting at all? The idea of casting two British actors in these two very American roles.
Can I ask you something? What took you so long to respond to me? I sent you a very well-crafted message 3 weeks ago. And today, out of the blue, you hit me up asking if you want to grab dinner. What changed?
I didn't feel like being alone. Not tonight.
So you turned to Tinder. So what happens tonight?
Did you think we were gonna have sex?
Nah, look at you. No, I thought we were gonna hang out, maybe get to know each other.
Failed to execute a turn signal back there.
Go ahead and ask you to step out of the vehicle for me.
Could you please hurry up?
What did you say?
It's just cold.
Get on the ground! Keep your hands where I can see them!
Why is he under arrest?
Get back
What
in
is
the
your
car.
badge number?
Chill, just chill!
I'm reaching for my cell phone! Now let's go.
Cop killers! It was self-defense.
Yeah, I think there was. I think when I jumped on board, it was kind of like, all right, cool, we really want someone American to play Queen. And then they looked far and wide, and Jodie was just right. And Jodie's like lived in America since 9 years old. So was born in England, but lived in America since 9. So it's that kind of girl, we're gonna not let her have it. Like Josette is like, because of where she spent some time as a kid.
Yeah.
Like when she had no control over her life, where she was born. But yeah, there was that kind of stuff. But I mean, our job is to not be ourselves. So, and to be curious and empathetic and respectful to cultures that are not ours.
Yeah.
And just got to do that. Like, I mean, if I played Your Countrymen, I'd be respectful to that. And I'd be like, yo, I'm not from there. But I want to understand it. I'd ask the questions and understand the culture and understand the connective tissue. Do you know what I'm trying to say? What speaks to me in the stuff that you've lived, and try and lean on that. Do you know what I'm saying? And so hopefully for you, being naturalized there, it would resonate with you. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's all I try and strive for when I'm approaching this. And I think hopefully I can say the same about Jodie as well.
So he knew, like, at the very start he was like, what part of Ireland are you from? And then in the answer he's like, if I was playing where you were coming from. So now I really want Daniel Kaluuya to rock an Irish accent.
That would be right. He'd be able to do it, no bother.
I have
From
no doubt about
Canada
it.
to America to England, he can do anything.
He can do whatever he wants. We talked about a lot of other stuff as well. We talked over the course of the interview, was like, if he's had any conversations with Ryan Coogler for Black Panther 2, if he's had any conversations with Emily Blunt about Sicario 3. Lots of stuff came up, but one that I had to mention, because he's not on social media at all, is John Boyega said that he really wants to do a Bad Boys UK with Daniel.
That'd be cool.
So I was like, you up for it?
Yeah.
How's that sound? And this is what he had to say. John tweeted the other day, he'd gone to see Bad Boys, and someone replied, just like a fairly innocuous question, and he replied, I want to do Bad Boys UK with Daniel.
That's funny. I love John, man. I've known John for like 10 years now. I think it's brilliant, man. Attack the Block is such a brilliant performance in it. I would love to.
Bad Boys UK already has such a fantastic ring to it.
Yeah. It'd be fun. But there's Bulletproof. Noel Clarke and Ashley Walters. It's pretty similar.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I'd love to work with John on something one day.
That would be brilliant to see the two of them together. Who would play which part?
Oh,
who'd be Tia Leone?
I think Boyega would probably be more comedic.
He's Martin Lawrence, isn't he?
Yeah.
Boyega's Boyega in real life is a Joker.
And Kaluuya is Will Smith.
Can we not just have Martin still there? I think
just bring Martin.
Just so he
the
has
two guys
a bit
would
of
pop
work.
up, definitely.
Yeah.
They would get a wee cameo.
They have to do like a inter-Atlantic investigation that police people would normally not have to do.
And there's probably going to be a speedboat there
in the middle of the Atlantic.
Yeah.
So this is an inter-Atlantic
a body is found right in the middle between America and England. Right in the
middle of the waters. Okay, this is taking
and the body,
shape. This
like,
is
it's
working.
somehow related to all four of them.
There's drugs.
That was a TV
there's drugs,
series.
There's a speedboat.
Yeah.
There's cars and guns.
Yeah,
we'll
the
figure
bridge,
the rest
because the
out.
body was like half on one side. So this is the equivalent of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Sorted.
This shit writes itself.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, John, Daniel, if you're looking for screenwriters,
we're all here. Whew. No, that's
and we've got Martin Lawrence cameoed as well. So
guaranteed. Okay, looking forward to that, and looking forward to a review of Queen and Slim, because as I said, the film looks very, very good. Because it's directed by.
Thank you for this, Melina Matsoukas. I'm so sorry, Melina. I haven't heard anyone say your name, so I don't know for certain. She's best known for directing the music videos Formation for Beyonce and We Found Love for Rihanna, and like loads she did.
That was filmed in Ireland.
It sure was, yes. And she did some for Whitney back in the day.
Never forget.
So this is her feature film debut, and it's based on a script by Lena Waithe, who ran the show Ready Player One and Master of None. And it's kind of, the publicity around it is like, don't just call this a black Bonnie and Clyde, but someone actually uses that phrase in the movie as well.
Okay.
So Daniel,
don't say it because we've already said it. Okay.
Don't belittle it, but also that's exactly what it is. Daniel and Jodie are on a first date, and it's not really going well. And they get pulled over by a racist white policeman, and he is not a nice guy and actually ends up almost killing the two of them, but in self-defense, Daniel then shoots the policeman dead. And the two of them are forced to go on the run because it happens in Cleveland, where the death penalty is still in operation, and she's a kind of high-powered lawyer, and she's just immediately convinced, like, it doesn't matter whether it was self-defense or not, you were going to get fried for this. So even though the two of them haven't gotten on well at all on this first date, they decide to kind of go on the run, and the entire police force around America is looking for them. But they end up creating kind of a rally behind them, where black people across America are seeing them as a symbol of rebellion against police brutality and racism in the country, even though neither one of them wants that to be the case. So that is the road trip. They've got an escape plan in mind, and the film is just following them trying to get there as America reacts entirely around them.
As first dates go, it's pretty intense.
I've had better, I've had worse. Yeah.
It does. It struck a few chords.
Yeah, it was like, oh yeah, remember that time all of Ireland set off fire because of us. It's really, really good.
Really romantic.
It's really, really...
And homicidal.
It's really, really good. Some great performances in there. Some surprising ones, like Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers is in there.
Not Will Ferrell. Flea.
No, yes.
And Back to the Future.
Chloe Sevigny's in there. There's a few just random casting choices. It felt a bit Family Guy-y, where it was like, they're in it.
Yeah.
But they're all really, really good. And
the director probably knew Flea from, I don't know,
Yeah.
the music world, and stuff
It is
anyway.
possible, yeah. But it looks great because obviously Melina has a fantastic eye for this stuff anyway. And the script is mostly good. There's one or two proper go down in history, most romantic lines you could imagine. When you hear it, you're like, oh, that got me.
You had me at, I shot that racist cop.
That's what does it for me. But there, it also is a little sledgehammery with the subtlety every now and again. You just wish you would just kind of relax a bit when it's trying to get across its story. But for the most part, it's really stylish, really well acted, really well told, very emotional, kind of sexy. And it's a great soundtrack as well. So
brilliant,
very recommended.
Highly recommended. Queen and Slim out in cinemas this week. Do go and check it out. And we will have the bonus feature with Daniel Kaluuya. Rory's 2-hour and 34-minute interview with him will be coming up as well. So keep an ear out for that. Right, what's the next movie? I don't even want to hear about it anymore.
Well, according to the list, it's The Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No.
No, remember she tied it in earlier, was the question.
Oh, right. I was pointing. What's the crack? Yeah, no, not happening. No, I remember whenever the Lighthouse trailer was released, and myself and yourself, Rory, were chatting about it, and we were doing that thing, whenever you pause a trailer, that when there's loads of wee fast moving bits, you're like, what's happening there? And what's happening there? We're like, is that a... No, it couldn't be. And then a lot of that there going on.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So we spend our days.
You can't do that in the cinema. You're like, pause it.
You get pause it. I know. Rewind a bit.
What did your man say?
Turn it up.
Bring it back.
I think that was a button.
But yes, The Lighthouse, what is it about?
It is set in 1890.
Robert Pattinson, that's why you were... I get the connection now. I get it now.
She specifically said
no, I know.
because of The Lighthouse.
No, I know. I kind of zoned out there.
And then I made a joke about
I'm back
best
now.
movie Lighthouses.
I'm back in the room.
How long you had that Corona thing, man?
Yeah, I should have.
Oh. Yeah, you're dead now. But yes.
1890s New England. Robert Pattinson is a new hire at a 2-man lighthouse that is completely isolated. The only other person there is Willem Dafoe. Well, I guess 3, Willem Dafoe and Willem Dafoe's beard. It's directed by Robert Eggers, whose last film was The Witch, which has some similarities to this one. Yeah, it's just a storm comes in, and it's the 2 fishermen trying not to go mad from isolation, and it's literally a 2-hander for the entire thing. Yeah, it's tough to talk about. So here's a clip, and then I'll talk about it some more.
And anybody that's watching, you can do that thing where you can't pause this. Basically, they're probably watching the Big Reviewski going, "Is that a butt?" Yeah,
but a lot of butt.
A lot of butt. This is a wee clip of The Lighthouse.
What made your last keeper leave?
He believed that there was some enchantment in the light. Went mad, he did. Tall tales. What?
Do you know you can stay in lighthouses now around Ireland? Like Airbnb and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think it's expensive.
Aye, but would you do it? Would you
Why
sleep
do
in a
you know
lighthouse
that?
on your own?
Why do you know that?
Just because there's
Have you been googling lighthouses on the back of this?
pretty much, yeah. After seeing this trailer,
Big weirdo.
where is Willem Dafoe? Lighthouse. Okay, but you can't. Like, would you stay in this on your own?
On my own? No.
With you,
No.
no. God, no. I'll say on my own,
With
yes.
Robert
With you,
Pattinson?
no.
Yes. Okay. Willem
Anyone
Dafoe?
but you, I'd be pretty comfortable with, yeah.
Okay.
So harsh.
It's fine. I'm used to it. It's grand.
Well, no, definitely wouldn't stay in one of my own. No.
He does have the Willem Dafoe-esque beard. You can grow
It's
it
coming
out a
along,
bit.
Way back
but not the
getting
Raging
the accent.
intensity. Yeah.
Why? What accent does he have in this? Do
Effective,
it.
I know.
Do it.
No, it's like old timey, like almost piratey sounding.
Right. Okay.
It was the same as The Witch, where like for 20 minutes my brain was like, I don't know what anyone was saying,
No idea.
and it took a while to acclimate to. Oh, it is English. Got it. Because it's real old school like way of speaking. Pattinson has the same, but he's an opposite problem, because whereas Willem Dafoe seems to be shouting everything, Pattinson's like, well, you guys, we're going to talk about it. And you're like, what? So again, you have to get used to that. But the two of them are fantastic together in this. It's very stylish, black and white, and that weird aspect ratio that doesn't fill most of the screen.
He made it for Instagram.
Yeah, it's Valencia.
Yeah, it's future cinema.
And it's apparently partially based on a true story about a lighthouse in Wales, where two lighthouse keepers went mad over a week of an intense storm. The thing I found really surprising was that's actually kind of funny. Like when the film is very aware that like it's very over the top, kind of bonkers horror, so it knows to alleviate it with the two of them just acting the fool, trying to out-masculinize each other. Like, look how much I can carry, and the two of them just look real foolish doing it.
Egypts.
And then it will come back and do something creepy and scary. You're like, oh yeah, I forgot.
Well, did it actually creep you out?
Creepy, kind of. There was no. It's not like there's no jump scares. There's a lot of like, did I just see that? Is that did my brain short circuit there? But yeah, like it's an interesting one. It is good, and it's definitely not boring in any way. And the two of them are really good in it. But I imagine if someone was like, "Oh, Robert Pattinson's in a new horror film," and you went and seen this, you'd be like, "What?
Okay.
What is this?" It's not. It's very art house, but in a
lighthouse. It's very lighthouse.
I like that.
That's actually okay.
Well, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, you're getting a tick for it. It's okay. It's very.
Thanks, guys.
Well, I guess it's kind of light art house, because it's not too art house. It's light art house.
I think that was
It's
his
just kind of,
joke.
it's mine.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't a joke.
Like, oh, here I come.
I was describing
Let me
the film.
jump on top of your one. It's fine. Yeah, maybe give yourself an X for that one. So that's the Lighthouse. No. Not the Light Art House. Out in cinemas this week. So recommended.
Yeah.
Yeah, grumpy grump. And last but not least, what is our final review for today?
Richard Jewell.
Oh, Richard Jewell. I really like the look of this. Because you've got like sleazy John Hamm playing a nasty FBI agent. I don't know what else it's about. That's all that's all I spotted. No, so Richard Jewell.
Don't remember anything in the trailer for John Hamm.
Yeah. So based on a true story, 1996 Atlanta Summer Olympics.
Yep.
When a security guard found a backpack with a bomb in it, managed to evacuate the area, save thousands of lives, but then ultimately became the number one suspect in the subsequent FBI case, because he fit the bill of like being like a loner who potentially may have done something like this. So great cast. Sam Rockwell,
John Hamm, Paul Walter Hauser is the lead guy. Who, if you've seen I, Tonya. He was
Tucker and Dale as well, was he?
I don't know.
Was he? Tucker, I haven't seen that.
I thought you said Chip and Dale.
Magic Mike's still on the mic. And then an Oscar-nominated Kathy Bates.
Yeah.
Who's the same as Kathy Bates. Like,
but with an Oscar nomination.
But with an Oscar nomination, yeah, of course.
Yeah, and under Clint Eastwood.
And it's Clint Eastwood again. So, first question, obviously, has he written in 2 threesomes for himself.
Well, he's not in it, so no.
So no.
Because who's going to act in that?
What's that noise behind camera? Clint, concentrate.
Keep him up for his next film. He's got 3.
Yeah. So that's that cleared up. I got no other questions about the movie.
Your interest is dwindled immediately.
So what was Kathy Bates Oscar nominated for then?
Will we do a clip and then we'll come back and, well, here's a clip
of Richard Jewell.
You've threesome free.
Let's get a new tape going. All right, Richard, here's what we're gonna do. We need a voice exemplar. I want you to say into this phone, there's a bomb in Centennial Park. You have 30 minutes.
Richard, you're a national hero now.
Thank you, sir. But I was just doing my job.
You always look at the guy who found the bomb, just like you always look at the guy who found the body.
Jewell fits the profile of the lone bomber, a frustrated white man who is a police wannabe who seeks to become a hero.
We're running it.
I forgot Olivia Wilde is in this as well.
Well,
and
here's the thing.
Oh.
Much like Bombshell, the more you know about it in reality,
yes.
You're like, oh, damn.
Right.
So Eastwood, he's really good at making movies, and he gets amazing performances out of everyone, especially Paul Walter Hauser, who's he's so good in this, and it does feel a bit Academy overlooked because it's not an obvious.
Really? Right.
Yeah,
okay.
like he is really, really that good, and Kathy Bates, just want to give her a hug for the whole film. And Sam Rockwell's great, as always. He's kind of like the comedic relief. He's the lawyer who...
With the plucky comic relief.
He's the lawyer who befriends Jewell and defends him, and he's the only one in the whole world who actually just believes he couldn't have done it, as he's being railroaded by the FBI. He's like, well, it has to have been you. And then we get to Olivia Wilde, who in the movie, the movie implicates that the only reason she's a journalist who's investigating it, and the only reason she got the scoop that the FBI are focused on Jewell is because she shagged John Hamm, who gave her the information in exchange for sex.
Okay.
And the journalist that she plays is, in real life, now dead and cannot defend herself.
Right.
But everyone who's ever worked with her has immediately come out after the film came out was like, no.
Well, that's pretty damning, like in terms of you're going to put it based on a true story.
Yeah. And it's like the whole film is, the bad guy in this film is the media, is journalists, or the FBI who support, at the time, Bill Clinton.
Yeah. Right, of course. I forgot that Eastwood's a massive Republican.
Yeah, he's
as
an
well.
angry, empty chair shouter at her.
Yeah,
who loves
that's right.
Republicans
That's right,
and the guns. And there's another line in there about the NRA, which is just like, oof.
Okay.
Eastwood had a say in that line anyway. So yeah, like it's annoying because it's very well made, very well told, very well acted, and it's just not very accurate. So, especially in the case of Olivia Wilde's character, who, when you read, like I did some research a little bit on, you're like, how could you do that to
where
this?
you are?
Yeah, and it's just, It's
so
just,
if it was a standalone movie that didn't happen to be based on a
if it
real
was
story, you'd be
fiction,
like, oh my God, this is
great.
a brilliant story.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely, it'd be great.
Okay.
But the annoying bit is the bit that they made fiction has made the rest of the film bad.
Okay, gotcha.
Which is irritating because if it was not that, I couldn't. I'd be like, go see it. It's great.
Yeah, but
You'll
that's the
laugh,
thing.
you'll
There's
cry,
going
you'll
to
be
be loads
excited.
of people
Who
going
won't
into
know.
it who won't know
Yeah.
any of these details because
Yeah.
they haven't watched the Big Reviewski. What are you doing? Why wouldn't you? And we're preaching to the converted.
We're trying to help you guys. Come on. So do go see it if you just want to. If you know that going in, you'd be like, that was still entertaining and well made, but.
You're morally torn. You aren't usually morally torn about stuff.
Well,
Morals.
it's the whole separating art from the artist thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too snooty about it, but like.
So don't. Moving on now, we've got the next section in the Big Review.
What you gotta do like that? What you gotta do like that?
That was just a wee jokey
man,
joke.
I can feel
I'm sorry.
how cold that
I'm
is.
sorry. It still
Rory
sounds
was
like a
bearing
really.
his soul there.
I'm so sorry.
There's no coming back from that.
Was that too harsh? It was too harsh.
I'm making a different mark.
So it sounds like there's a good selection out this week. So Richard Jewell, The Lighthouse.
Oh, and you're going to talk to yourself for the rest of the show. We're blanking you.
What was the third? Oh, Queen and Slim, of course. So a great selection out this week. Let's change the subject. Oh yes, competition time. So last week, you may remember, I'm going to put this over here because I can't look at you now. I can just feel your eyes boring into me.
The tension, you can feel it.
Yes,
no one from
last
this side
week's
is talking to you.
Last
We're
week's
done.
massive prize was an amazing Star Wars giveaway. Oh God, I just made eye contact with him. Yes, Owen, that's correct.
It's just power through.
So we did have a €50 voucher for the D350 zone in the Disney store on Grafton Street in Dublin. So specialising in all Star Wars and Marvel merchandise. Such a cool place if you're into those movies, and why wouldn't you be? And as well as that, we also had 5 limited edition sets of Star Wars saga coins, collector's items. So we've got those to give away, which is brilliant. That's before we get to this week's prize. Which is also very cool. But there were a lot of wrong answers to last week's High Clue. Can we get it up on screen there? Just take a quick look. So this was banks on banks in bank, substitute aviator, Uncle Ben's Lane's dad. So the first line, banks on banks in bank, was capital B at the start, obviously. Banks on banks, another capital B, and then in bank, lowercase b. Substitute aviator, and then the final line, Uncle Ben's, Ben apostrophe S, Lane's, capital L, apostrophe S, dad. So.
Do you remember who did get this one last week?
Rory.
Yeah. All right,
Would you tell Rory?
Rory used to talk to you?
Well done on getting it. Would you ask him what the correct answer is? Because
Rory, you got this one last week.
Rory, will you tell Justine what you think the right one is?
Last week was a different time, though. It was a different
happier
time.
time.
A long time.
Do you hear
So much has
someone talking?
happened.
Do you hear someone talking?
So much has happened since
I heard
last
someone
week.
talking. I don't know who it is.
So the correct answer was, drum roll.
What's that noise?
It was, of course, Catch Me If You Can. Wasn't it? I'll just say it out loud. There we go. Look, it says it on screen. At least the TV's talking to me. Catch Me If You Can. So there were a lot of wrong answers, actually. People went for Spider-Man. Don't know. Mary Poppins. Don't know. Ocean's 11. Don't know. They're all wrong. And some people were actually being nice to each other in the comments because one person gave the right answer.
They were being nice to each other.
I know.
Wow.
Can you imagine? They submitted the answer, and instead of copying them, someone else said, "That was the answer I had, but I'm not going to comment and steal your limelight." So that was good. Don't know why you didn't comment because
Nice for people to
you
be
didn't get the
nice to
right
their
answer.
friends, isn't it?
But we want to say congratulations to our 5 winners this week. Each of you will receive one of the limited edition Star Wars saga coin sets, and our final winner in the group will also receive the €50 voucher to the D350 zone as well. So congratulations to Owen Buckley, no relation, Larry Commons, no relation, Shauna Clancy.
Related.
Related, yes. Somebody with just a super name, Dudley Burrows.
Oh, wow.
Dudley Burrows is brilliant.
Amazing.
Rory's, I like that name.
You don't get a lot of Dudleys these days.
Certainly not.
I live
like
on
it.
Dudley's farm, it's a nickname for our farm at home.
Actually?
Yeah.
And do you have any rabbits there?
No, we
Oh,
don't.
so no Burrows.
No,
Okay.
just Dudley is
Just Dudley.
a man in Nobber, yeah. Dudley Farrell, my cousin, how are you? He didn't win though.
No, he didn't. He definitely didn't. And yes, our overall winner who wins.
You're breaking them down.
There's a man in Nobber.
You might get a word out of them, Owen. Keep going.
There's the winner of our voucher and of their own coin set as well is Robin Byrne. So congratulations to you as well. So yeah. 5 lucky winners. We'll get in touch with you and get those sent out to you as well. Now it's time for this week's High Clue, though. And for this week's prize, we have got tickets to give away to a preview screening of Birds of Prey, the brand new Harley Quinn movie starring Margot Robbie. Ewan McGregor's in it. Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Oh, Rory Stuggett. He's not going to help me out with anything there. Anyway, that screening is coming up very, very soon, so we will have tickets to give away. Can we have a look at this week's High Clue? We'll get it up on screen. There it is. So line 1, I'm really sorry about everything, Rory. Line 2, please forgive me, Rory. Line 3, I'm so sorry. No, I would never apologise. The real High Clue is the prof gets closer. Lola runs from Manhunter. Parisian pen. So the prof gets closer. Lola runs from Manhunter. Parisian pen. The prof in the first line, capital P. and then like abbreviated full stop after F, P-R-O-F, gets closer.
Yeah.
Lola runs from Manhunter, and the final line, Parisian Pen. Paul Scriven. Justine, any thoughts?
I got nothing.
No,
Nothing.
Rory's going to tell me his answer, and I might tell it to you if you're lucky.
Okay, show me the card then.
See
What
if
have we
Rory
got?
agrees. You agree with that?
I agree with that.
Okay, Rory agrees with me.
Okay.
So that's what we think it is.
You're both correct.
Don't talk to Rory.
Jesus. My friend says you can't speak to him. Okay, so best of luck with that. We'll put the competition up on Joe as well, put it out on social, and yeah, submit the right answer, and you could be in with a chance of winning those tickets to see Birds of Prey, one of the most highly anticipated movies of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And coming on next week's show, actually, we're going to have interviews.
Next week.
There will be, because we're going to have an interview with Margot Robbie for Birds of Prey as well.
Apparently, she was really nice to Rory. So yeah. Unlike other people.
Friend of the show.
Yeah.
Friend of the
Friend
show.
of Rory's.
Friend of Rory's. Margot
well, Rory,
Robbie.
you got a new friend and you lost one. So, like, yin and yang.
One in, one out.
Yeah.
So that's about it for this week's show. Justine, you have a story about your top.
Oh, I do. So you asked me before the show where the jumper's from, and it's from Newmarket on Fergus, which is a football and GA club. So I went down there last year and had to do hurling and camogie for the first time in my life, and I got told in 6 weeks' time you're playing at half-time in the All-Ireland camogie final in Croke Park. I had never picked up a hurl in my life.
Not even on Dudley Farm?
Not even on Dudley's farm. And I played camogie with girls all 14, 15. Shout out to the team, you're all legends. And they bought me this top, and they got my initials engraved onto
Oh,
it.
amazing.
As a thank you for doing it with them. And honestly, I cried so much. Like, I had to go down to Clare to do training with them every week.
I cry when I get free clothes as well.
They were just the nicest group of people. And I haven't exercised since because my legs, I suffered a bad muscle injury.
During that, or was this during the Hustlers?
No, during
pole dance and things? Okay.
during the game.
Okay.
And then my next episode of exercise was Hustlers, the pole dancing, and then again I've learned I just should not exercise.
Okay, but still free top.
But shout out to Newmarket Fergus, County Clare. Yeah.
Paul, Rory, any shout outs that you guys want to do?
Yeah, you can tell me. Do you want me to give a shout out to that one? Or do you have anything to say? Do you just want to wrap it up?
Let's just finish this, okay. Listen, thanks a million for listening, for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, leave a rating, tell your friends.
Unfriend own, maybe.
And we'll see you next week. We'll all be here, back, happy families. There'll be nothing wrong. It'll be all good. That's a good 15 minutes. It's a good 15 minutes you've been huffing there. You fucking absolute child. See you later. Bye.